In the past, for me, especially when you come in from somebody like Maria, she's very old school and she's been doing business forever. She's got her person that does it, but a lot of the things she does hands on herself. And so for me, I'm trying to say, hey, listen, we're learning how to do it like this. I mean, we're going to have to see if we can get all that stuff. I don't want to sit here and start faxing and sending emails and doing paperwork.
Well, as far as the transaction coordinator is concerned, the transaction coordinator is available for you now, even though we haven't finalized our merger. So Liz is available for you now, and I guess part of your question is, what does the transaction coordinator do? I think is that part of what you're asking? So how many of you use transaction coordinators here?
Just start.
All right, so tell, what did Liz do for you? What did you say? He says everything. What do you say?
Yeah, well, everything is just the fact that all these files, have to have certain documents in order to get paid, so she makes sure that you again have every document executed fully. She reminds you about what she has and don't have, so you can know whether or not you need to go see your client to get some certain documents signed. She can sit down with your client if, again, you're so busy, you can't even get back to your client in order to get these documents. She can have them meet her, and she'll sit down and execute those contracts with them. And so, again, it takes a lot of time, off your hands and give it to her. And,
she can also prepare all the disclosures for you. And she can just email a DocuSign if you want the client to sign it right away, or any documents that you're missing, and if you have any offers and you want to send them like DocuSign, she can also do that. So it just depends on what you need.
As well have, buyers that are helping their children or helping their parents buy, and they're helping qualify. They're not a lot of times, so DocuSign, setting all that up, and that establishes it's going to be very helpful.
Tim, does that help you?
Yeah.
I think I've used an assistant or a transaction coordinator for the last 20-something years. And even before they called them transaction coordinator, I had a personal assistant who helped me. And it leveraged me to be able to do a lot more transactions instead of me having to run around, chase documents and papers and meet with people. I delegate that to someone else. As far as the buyer's agent, I call them a showing agent. And I've used people in our office. I closed a transaction last week with one of our sales associates who had helped me over the years as a showing agent. And what they did was I met with the client, counseled them, got them pre-approved, and then once they got pre-approved, I had them, early on I had them put on a wish list, which tells me what they wish. And then I got the pre-approval letter, wish list, referred it over to the showing agent and said, okay, you go make appointments, show the property. So they showed properties. Once the client said there's one they like, they turn it back over to me, and then I interact with the client. I have the documents all prepared as far as the purchase agreement, all the supporting documents to go along with that. I talk with the other agent on the other side of the transaction, negotiate the sale, get the offer accepted, turn it back over then to the transaction coordinator for them to do all their follow-up with the paperwork. And then I stay in touch with the buyer, but I'm not every day in touch with them. The transaction coordinator is making sure that all the documents that need to be reviewed are sent to me. So I look at the escrow instructions to make sure they were typed according to the purchase agreement. So that's my responsibility. But once I've reviewed them, and I'll say, okay, can you DocuSign these documents over to the buyer? And so they send them to the buyer signs them or come in to sign them. And then, we just go through the regular process of the transaction. And I have the showing agent also show the buyer for the walkthrough, the final walkthrough. I have them also, if the buyer has a relative or a friend that wants to look at the house, I have them make that appointment as well and go show them. If there's a home inspection, I always recommend that. So I ask the showing agent to meet the home inspector out there to give them access. And then at close of escrow, I have the showing agent prepare the avid in the final walkthrough. And then when escrow closes, they get a check. They get a check that's cut to them, not to me, so that they get their share for the work that they've done for me. So I did that last week with a buyer of a property in Santa Clarita, and then the week before I had another buyer that I had shown, done the same thing with, had the showing agent show, and the escrow closed it. The showing agent got their check again. So that's what I've done. I've done this for probably 20 years. And I'm able to do multiple things while servicing my clients. And I explained to the client early on, when you work with me, you get a team. It's not just me. I have a number of people that work on my team. I'm not dropping you, dumping you. These are other people who are part of the team. Here's the part that I do. I negotiate, I review all the documents and make sure everything is right. If there's any complication that comes up, I'm going to resolve it, not the showing agent. That's me, right? But ultimately, I'm still the person who's essentially in charge, but the showing agent is doing those tasks that I just told you. Okay? So that's what I do. And I've done it for a long time, and it really works. It works for me, and the showing agents love it because they can still do their own business, and they can make money with me while they're doing their own transactions. And I don't share in their transaction. They're just sharing in the one that they're doing the service for me and my clients. Okay?
One question. Do you choose the showing agent, or you can?
I do. I
Do you
typically.
choose for, say, like I want to have?
Well, I could help you since you don't know the staff as
Yes.
well as I do, but some of these other folks who know staff better, you might want to choose whomever you want to, but it's your choice.
If they are busy, they will give first priority to their own business rather than our showing.
No, that's not the way, my expectation from my showing agent is not that way.
Okay.
They're going to take care of their own business,
Yes.
but there's a lot of time in the day for them to take care of the business that they've contracted with me to take care of. So they've never, dumped my people on the side to take care of theirs. There's plenty of time to do all this stuff. It's just a matter of organizing your time and setting the appointments. And they set the appointments around their schedule, what's good for the client and their schedule too. So I never had that issue, never, in 20-something years.
My question was what do you normally?
It's 25% to the showing agent.
5%.
That's what I do. All right, okay, where are we at? All right, so I'm going to have Jazz Marie give you a brief update, and then we're going to have Rob give you some things on what he's here to talk about, marketing, how you can work with some clients, have a great follow-up program that will help you without you even doing anything, without you even thinking twice about it. And it's pretty much automatic as to how you can get a nice reminder in front of your clients, your past clients or existing clients, that doesn't cost you a lot of money, but makes you look extremely professional. Right, Rob?
Correct.
All right.
Who
So,
wants speech from?
oh, no. So, why am I not able to get this to, I'm not sure. Let me try it again. Oh. Okay, what was I doing wrong?
I'm not sure.
All right, so anyone know what a millennial is? Anybody, real quickly? A millennial.
31.
What's that?
31.
Essentially, that's pretty much the age bracket. It's people who are 18 to 34 years old. That's who a millennial is. And they are the largest population that the American society has had thus far. Up until the millennials, it was the baby boomers, and that's folks who were from, I think, born from 1946 to 1964. So the millennials are larger than they. Millennials are the age of a lot of your children or maybe your grandchildren, depending on how old you are and how early it was when you first had children. Jazz Marie is a millennial. All right, and there's a notion about who millennials are and what impact they're having. I want to share with you a couple things about who they are. You see this bracket here? It shows you some of their age, and a lot of them are living at home with their parents, right? And some of the parents are ready for them to get out. And so a lot of them are buying homes now. And many of them are, most of them have higher education degrees. And they are saddled also with a lot of student debt. Here are the reasons that they say they cannot afford to buy it. Most of them think they cannot afford. Some think they're not ready. But I'll talk to you about some of the other trends that are going on with millennials. Okay? Some of them have a problem with credit. Some think affordability. We talked about the affordability index last week, if I recall. And that has to do with how much can a typical consumer purchase in our market. look at the student debt. It's higher than credit card debt now. Student loans are, in terms of the total amount of student loans, is higher than what all the consumers have with all their credit card debt now. So it's a big problem for folks. Most millennials in California, they wish they could afford to buy a home, and this is showing what, okay, 8.3 new households will be created. That's a lot of folks, 8.3 million. You know how many people there are in the state of California now? It's about 35 million people in the state of California and growing. And mostly it's growing through family formation, not so much people coming to the state. Okay? So here are some of the factors. This is why they are doing what they're doing. Want to move out of their current residence, which is most likely under their parents' roof. Can you think of a reason why a millennial want to move away from their parent? 1,000 reasons, right? Okay. Okay, homeowners do not move as often as they used to. Did you all know that? It used to be that a typical homeowner would live in their house for 7 years and then they'd sell. You know what that number is now?
12?
No, not 10, not 12.
Just guessing.
No, I'm not slamming you. I'm just saying it's not that. It's 19 years. So you're wondering why people are not selling their homes. They're staying in longer. They're staying in their homes a lot longer than they used to. So we're going to have to be more creative in how we market to people and how we get them to want to put their home on the market and sell. We're going to have to show them how to get from a situation where the house is too big. A lot of folks are getting older who own homes. They can't afford the utilities. The house doesn't have the energy efficiencies, and so we need to show them why they would be better off to sell their home and trade down to a smaller home or to a different area. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this short because I want Jasmine Reed to show you a couple tools, and then we're going to have Rob show you some tools. This is talking a bit essentially about the shortage. I was at a conference a couple of weeks ago, and at that conference, Jasmine, you can set up for you. At that conference, there was the building industry of San Diego, and the executive director was there, and he gave some startling statistics. And one of them was that each year in California, there is a demand for 165,000 new homes to be constructed. 165,000 new homes to be constructed. And the reality is that there is less than 50,000 homes that are being constructed every year in California. So there's a tremendous gap between the demand for people who want to own a home in the state of California and those homes that are being added to the housing stock. And so it's not uncommon. A normal market is 6 months of homes on the market as your inventory of homes. That's considered a normal market, you know, where everything is pretty much in balance. Would you say it's balanced today?
No.
No, there's not. And it is what we call a seller's market today, right? And a seller's market essentially means that the sellers have slightly more advantage over the buyer. Most of you know that when you're writing offers today, if the property hasn't been on the market a long time, you're going to get multiple offers. Would you agree? Yeah. And so you're going to have to be very good and prepare your client, and that's a matter of talking to your client. Let me know when you're ready, Jasmine. Talking to your client about the realities of today's market. I'll tell you the 2 offers that I got accepted over the last month and a half, and thank God they've all closed within 30 days. It's pretty amazing that loans are still being done today. And one of them had kind of sketchy credit. It was an FHA loan. But the one at the lower price point was this buyer wanted to buy a home, and he only qualified for $260,000 condo, a $300,000 home. But there's no $300,000 homes out there, right? So we found an FHA-approved building in Santa Clarita, wrote the offer. The list price was $235,000. and we wrote an offer for 235. Actually, I told him that if you write an offer for 235, it's going to be dead on arrival. And I said, if you really want to buy this property, you need to come up at a higher price. So I looked at the comps, and I thought it could, be valued for higher than that. And the lender said, well, why don't you ask for closing costs? Don't you hate it when the lender says, why don't you ask for closing costs? That's what the lender said. And so he said, well, can't they pay my closing costs? Because I wrote an offer with no closing costs. No, can't they pay my closing costs? So I said, yeah, they can, but even at the $242,000 price that we're having, which is above the list price of $235, it's going to be challenging. So I presented a good offer, and guess what? What's that? No, it got rejected. It got rejected. So we found them another property in the same development, list price $235, and I said, we need to make an offer of $242. I told him, this is what you need to do. And I said, do you want to write for closing costs? What do you think he said? No. He said, no, don't write for closing costs. And I didn't. And guess what? The offer got accepted, and the rest is history. All right, so we just have to educate your client. If you don't educate them, because everybody else is trying to educate, oh yeah, ask for closing costs, lower the price. People are telling me all this stuff, and all these experts out there, which are their relatives and friends and their cousin who has a real estate license that hasn't sold a house in 20 years, all this kind of stuff, right? All right, so Jasmine's going to show you a tool that you can use. Two tools, okay. All right, so go ahead, Jasmine, I'll let you do the rest. Am I blocking you? Can you see? Brother, can you see? Okay, I'll go back.
Okay, so we're going to start off on the CAR website.
Green
I'm going to start off on the CAR site. The first thing I'm going to show you is the market snapshot. So you can find that under market data, and then you scroll down to market snapshot, and it'll bring you to, jumped ahead. It will bring you to this place where it shows all of the market snapshots for this year, last year, and I guess it goes back a couple of years. So when you click on these, it opens up a PDF file just about what's going on in the industry, and they update these probably every month. And this particular article is about ring virus, kind of what Mel was just talking about, myth to reality. So you can send these out to current clients, maybe your past clients. These can just go out to anybody. Maybe your friends are interested in what's going on in the market. And at the bottom, it has all of your information, so they'll always know that you provided them with this lovely fact about what's going on. You do need to have a CRA login for this. So I guess you guys all have those. And like I said, it's a PDF file, so you can email these really quickly. It's pretty simple, but you can't edit anything on here. So the second thing I want to show you is...
Before you go on with that, this is a good mail piece, but it's also a good door knock piece. You can print these up, and as you're door knocking, it has you branded on this flyer so that they see it's you. It looks like you wrote the article too. It's really pretty powerful. They're all professionally written articles, and you should choose which one is the most appropriate for the audience that you're going after. Some of these you can send to your past clients, you can email them, you can mail them, or you can print them out and door knock. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. And they also don't have these dates on here, so you'll see the dates where they were uploaded, but that's not the date on the document. So you can send out anything, any topic that you would like. The second thing I'm going to show you is a newsletter called Client Direct. Same thing, I'm going to start off at CAR. I'm going to move to newsstand down to newsletter. And so these are the newsletters. There are some really great things that CAR offers for their members. You can go through here if you haven't seen this. Like the one cool thing is really nice. They're like infographics. The one we're going to talk about is Client Direct. And it is a newsletter that goes out the first Monday of each month. So if you start now, you guys will get in next Monday. And you basically get to customize a newsletter that's personalized just for you and what you want. So you'll go from here, you go to the link, it's clientdirect.net, and this is kind of the control panel where you start off, and I'll show you what it ends up looking like. So this is Mel's, obviously. You can change the pictures and the colors, all of that. This is just, show you guys what's going on. Yes.
Whatever you want to call
Yes, the header, and there's a little section where you can add like an about me part. Mel doesn't have that, but you can do whatever you like, and I'll show you how to go through that. They also have articles and advice. You can pick out these articles, and I'll show you how to do that as well. It has a little mortgage calculator at the bottom, a little nice video, some more links to maybe you have a buyer who isn't well versed in real estate, so you have a glossary, you have question and answers, and you can add any of your social media accounts to this newsletter, and you can share this through Client Direct where they send it out to whoever you make a subscriber, or you can send it out yourself. Or you can print it and you can door knock with it like Mel said.
When you have a group of subscribers that you want to go out to,
Mhm.
is that like there are costs that are included in that?
Well, this is completely free, and you just upload all the subscribers to this, and I'll show you how to do that. Number 10 is manage your subscriber list. And Mel you can have 300. Mel has 152 in here right now. He has it tailored to a specific group of people that he wants us to go out to. You can choose whatever group you would like. You can also export this list to Excel. Same thing, you can upload it using Excel. And so you can add up to 300 contacts. And like I said, goes out first Monday of the month. So the first tab is to edit your contact information, your picture, name. The second one is to choose the articles or reports. You can add your own article if you like, and this is where you would do that. Or you would go to number 4, which is choose your newsletter articles. And these are also updated probably monthly, but there's hundreds of articles that you could choose from to go in here. So only thing that you have to do is upload your subscribers, choose your articles, and then it sends it out automatically. If you do not come in once a month to change the articles, it will send the same articles. That's the only thing. So you have to be on top of it. You have to, really use this.
No sleeping in the video.
Yeah, you have to be on top of that. You can create featured listings. Same thing, you go on there, you add your listings. If you want to tell people what you have listed, maybe what you just sold, things like that. And you can also view statistics from your newsletter. Well, none of Mel's have went out, but it'll show you who saw them, how many people are clicking on things, and any feedback that you may be getting. Yeah, and you can set this so that it goes out every Monday, or you send it out. If you think that you're not going to be able to update those articles, you can just say, I'll send it out myself, and then you send it out through your email. Only problem with that is it'll send a link. A lot of people don't like to click on links if it comes in an email. You'd rather have it pop up. So if you have a website, maybe you put the link on your website, they can go there, they can see it, or you let Client Direct send it out. They'll send it out like a PDF newsletter. It'll be in the email. It won't be a link. Any questions?
Thanks for sharing.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, so you all done?
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to talk about a highly polished marketing tool that can really make you look good. How many of you have gone to your doctor's appointment in the last 6 months? Anybody here? Those of you who haven't should. We don't want any surprises.
At our age, huh?
You go every 6 months.
I said the last 6 months. No, I go every year, once a year. Okay, all right. So I just want to make sure you guys are taking care of yourself, right?
Yes, we are.
Don't be afraid. I'd rather find out early than late.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, so Rob is going to talk to you about American lifestyle, right, Rob?
That's correct.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, you want a chair or do you want a point?
No, I'll stand, I'm okay.
All right, so as I was about to say, some of us, when we go to the doctor or the dentist, and there's always nice reading material. Have you ever noticed that in your doctors? Because you gotta wait, right? And how many of you would like to have the ability where you had a transaction and you want to be able to send out something really nice to your client that they would actually look at? It's like a no-brainer, right? It's like you. How many of you had a closed transaction in the last year? Anybody? All right, that's all good. So with that, I'm going to have Rob share with you some gold nuggets about how you can really look good in front of your clients.
Okay, thank you very much. My name is Rob Slomowitz. I've been with American Lifestyle for about 6 years. I go in about an average of about 3 or 4 times a week to real estate companies, and I do these presentations, and I've been doing it, like I said, for about 6 years. So this is a smaller crowd than I usually deal with, and that's kind of good because I can look you in your eyes and actually see you. Let me start off by asking you a question. I like to start off and get you engaged here. So what is the one thing every agent needs to successfully build their business? One word I'm looking for. Starts with the letter R, and don't say referrals. What? Nope.
I said reputation. Same thing.
Reputation. It's a four-syllable word. Starts with the letter R. If you had more of them, you'd be doing a lot better in sales. No,
That's
no.
3 syllables.
That's what you get from this. The answer I'm looking for are relationships. Relationships is the key to your business. Do you all agree?
Yes.
You have relationships between each other, and you do business between each other, but relationships with new clients, new customers, old customers, friends, neighbors. If you had stronger personal relationships with those people, do you think you'd get more referrals out of them? You better believe you would. So imagine if you had a tool that can help you do that. The reason why you need a tool, as William was talking before, is because he doesn't have enough time to make personal relationships, right? You're a busy guy. And personal relationships take a lot of time. So you don't have that time, so a tool that can help you do that would be a very effective way of building, strengthening, starting new relationships, and getting you the easiest type of sale you can get, which is what? We said it before. Referrals. It's the easiest type of sale you can get. So I'm going to introduce you. Has anybody ever heard of American Lifestyle Magazine? Yeah? Okay. This is what's called non-traditional marketing. And I'm going to show you how non-traditional marketing is the way to do your marketing. All of you do traditional marketing. What's another word for traditional marketing? Starts with the letter B. You all do it.
BS.
BS. I get that from some people sometimes. They say boring, boring. Branding. Branding is traditional marketing. Okay? You'd like to put your faces everywhere, right? The problem with branding and only doing branding with your marketing is branding only reminds people who you are. Non-traditional marketing does what's called the 3 B's of marketing. I'm not going to ask you to tell me the 3 B's. I'll tell you what it is. Branding is number 1. Building relationships is number 2. And the most important is building your image with your marketing. Let me show you how this publication can do all 3 very simple. Okay? First of all, it's a coffee table, high glossy magazine. It comes out every 2 months. And as Mel said, once you set this up, it goes out every 2 months. And by the way, I'll get into, when I get into the numbers later, it includes, we do the postage, the shipping, and the handling, so you don't have to waste your time. Because I know you're a busy guy. You don't want to be sitting there writing out the addresses, right? Okay. Non-traditional marketing. How does it brand you? You are the only agent in the magazine. Now, I see your ads all over the place, especially in newspapers, and there's 400 of you. How am I know which one to pick? When you are the only agent in the magazine, that is not only tremendous branding, but that also builds your image. I'll get to the third thing. It builds your image. We make this magazine look like a national publication. How do we do that? We put a fake barcode down here. We do. If you take out your smartphones right now and do that barcode, nothing will come up. We put a fake price in there. When your customers or friends or neighbors, whoever you give this out to or send this to, get this, they don't know that this is sitting on a shelf at Barnes & Noble's with one of the other national publications, because it looks like a national publication, okay? On the inside of the magazine, we have a couple of national ads. The national ads is from Callaway. You've heard of them, the golfers. It's always facing your picture, okay? That helps build your image. Let me give you an example of how one agent, 23 years old, I love telling this story, got an amazing amazing business out of leading this, and as Mel said, you can do this in a number of different ways. You can send this out to your customers, friends, neighbors. You can give it out when you do your listing presentations, put this in your package and give it to them, because all your information is in here. But you can also go around to different businesses in the local areas that you're selling to and leave the magazine there. Dental offices, doctor's offices, hairdressers, nail salons, any place you can go. One guy came in, he went in, he was 23 years old. I think he had done maybe 3 transactions his whole life. He goes into American Lifestyle and he left one in the lobby of his local bank. Not a bad place to leave it, because the vice president came in, true story. Vice president came in, saw a beautiful magazine sitting there, started thumbing through it, realized there's only one agent. And by the way, you're in the front and the back of the magazine in 6 different places, and I'll go through that in a minute too. The vice president brought the magazine back to his office, realized there was only one agent in there, and in the mind of the vice president, the image of this agent was built up tremendously. He was the only one in the magazine, a national magazine. And he calls this 23-year-old kid, I call him a kid, and he says, you must be doing a hell of a lot of business to be the only one in this beautiful magazine. I just got in $1 million foreclosure property that I want you to represent. Never met the agent before, but because the image was built up so highly in his mind. That's what non-traditional marketing does for you. So it brands you, you're the only one in here. It builds your image. Again, you're the only one in here, but this is a national publication. How does it build relationships? The magazine comes across as a gift, okay? This is not a flyer or a card which everybody is handing out. This comes across as a gift. It's a beautiful gift, okay? And it's going out to your people, whatever list you want to put in there, 6 times a year. Every 60 days, every 2 months, this goes out. So imagine your customers, potential customers, friends, new people that you're meeting are getting this every 2 months. And because it's a gift, and human nature is when you get something, you want to give something back. What do you want back by sending them a gift? You want referrals. That's what you want. Something very simple to ask for, especially when you're sending them a gift. But here's the thing, okay? Building relationships. When you send this out 6 times a year, now look, if you're in the Jewish or the Catholic religion, it's called guilt, right? Thank you. Some of you got the joke.
We're good at that in my tradition.
Guilt, yeah, there you go. You give something to somebody, they want to give something back. Ask for referrals. A lot of agents don't know how to ask for things, but when you're sending out a gift every 2 months, ask for it, okay? And I'll show you another way to get more referrals when we get into this. Now, here's the key about the uniqueness about this magazine. You can customize it and personalize it differently to every person you send it out to. Ooh. Imagine personalizing a magazine directly to the person you're sending this out to. Let me show you how that works. This is our front cover. We call this our Architectural Digest look, because we actually designed it to look like Architectural Digest. Right here on top, it has your name. It says compliments with your name. But you can redesign the front cover by adding your picture and your logo to the front cover, if you want. You have a number of different options to put your picture and your logo on the front cover. I have one agent, I asked him for his magazine, he has 2 little girls on it. I said, who are they? He goes, these are my daughters. I said, what did you do that for? He says, Rob, when I send this magazine out with my daughters, I get more people calling me about their picture than putting my picture on there. You can do whatever you want. But having your picture, your logo, and your contact information right on the front cover is a great way to brand yourself. Now, on the inside front cover, this is where you get to personalize it. There's a letter here. It's a very nice letter from our editor, okay? You can rewrite a different letter to every single person you send this to. A different letter to every single person. So imagine if you know one of your customers is about to have an anniversary. Imagine mentioning it. It's whatever it is. I think in this one it says, Dear Bill and Judy. So you've personalized the very top. Dear Bill and Judy, congratulations on your 20th anniversary. Imagine how they're going to feel about you. Not only did you mention it, you published it in a magazine that they're getting. They don't know how many of these are going out. This one is going directly to them, and you've personalized it. That is going to help you strengthen that relationship with these people. Do you agree or not? It's a wonderful way to do that. So you can customize the front cover, you can personalize the inside front cover, and then you have your picture, your logo, and your contact information. Then we have these 2 tear-out recipe cards. One's in the front, one's in the back. They have all your information on one side, and they have other things. We have recipes. This is a lifestyle magazine, so we're known for our recipes. So we have a recipe that's pertaining to something in the magazine, one in the front, one in the back. Now let me tell you how this ended up getting into a famous movie star's hands. True story. And I'll tell you who the movie star is in a minute. This was at one of the dentists. Movie star walked in, saw the magazine, started going through it, loved the magazine, calls her assistant and says, call these people, remind the media, and get me a subscription to this magazine. Simple thing, right? We don't sell to the general public. So when the assistant called our corporate offices and said, oh, I'm calling for my boss, she wants a subscription to American Lifestyle, we said, sorry, we don't sell to the general public, okay? Then she told us who her boss was. You know who it was? The movie star Cameron Diaz. Cameron Diaz, we gave her a free subscription to the magazine so we can use her name in this story. But imagine if you were the agent that day on the dental desk or the waiting room in the dentist room, and Cameron opened up yours, and you were the only one in there, and maybe Cameron needed to buy or sell a house, so she rips out the recipe card, which has all your information in it. Next thing you know, you have a client because you left this at a dental office. These are things that happen with non-traditional marketing. Okay, so let me go over this. There's 6 places. You got the front cover to do what you want. You have the inside front cover where you personalize. You have 2 recipe cards. That's number 3 and number 4. And then you have the back cover and the inside back cover. Now, why is that important? Because you can do a lot of things with all that big space. Some people like to put listings on the inside back cover and the back cover. They'll put listings on it. Some people actually like to sell. Team up with a business in your local area and sell one of those. So you have 6 places, sell one of them. If you charge your advertiser the same thing that we're charging you, how much is it going to cost you? 0. You're doing this for free. You have an opportunity to give up one of your 6 places, usually the back cover or the inside back cover. Or if you want, you can, I know people that here's somebody who's redesigned the card. They redesigned the card. You could sell a card if you want. Give up that space, charge them what we're charging you, which I'll go into in a minute, and this is free marketing for you for the rest of your life. In a beautiful coffee table, high glossy magazine. Not bad, huh?
Not bad.
Okay.
That's a good trick.
Yeah, pretty good. Now I have some surprises for you. Okay, let me show you now. I know I'm going to lose a few here because the magazine, it's beautiful. It has great lifestyle stories, national stories, so it looks like a national publication. It does have some local stories too. You want to take those and pass that way? And here's one for you. So look at the quality of this. Now let me tell you what I can offer you today, because I can offer you a number of things to lower your costs. Uh-oh, somebody wants that. Hopefully that's a business call, right? It better be a business call. Okay, you see the quality of this? It's a beautiful quality. This is the way it goes out every 2 months. Great stories, great pictures, great recipes. I had an agent who called me at the beginning of the year, and she goes, Rob, I got to tell you what I did for my holiday party. I said, what'd you do? She goes, I invited everybody that I sent the magazine to, and I based the whole party on the recipes in that magazine. They all had something in common because they recognized some of the food all out of the American Lifestyle magazine. That's what we're known for, is the recipes, okay? Okay, so here are your incentives, okay? I need your attention because I'm going to give you a bunch of incentives and a couple of free things today if you want to join up, okay? The first thing I'm going to tell you is that your first mailing that you do with us is a trial membership. So if you sign up today, you're not locked in for any long term. You can try it one time, see how you like it. If you don't like it, pay for the one mailing, and you're done. You can get out of it. There's no cancellation fees after the first mailing. And you get 30 days after the first mailing goes out, okay? So don't be telling me I gotta go talk to my partner or my hairdresser, because that's what I get from agents. No, I gotta go talk to something. No, you're signing up for one mailing, okay? Okay. Second incentive, if you open up the inside front cover, you will see there's a couple of price lists there. So let me explain the inside front cover. There's one called Basic and there's one called Platinum. Basic are the first 4 places I talked about: front cover, inside front cover, and the 2 recipe cards. Platinum, which costs a little bit more money, adds the back cover and the inside back cover. Now, if you join today, you are going to get the 1,000-piece rate. Go down to the very bottom of each box, either $2.99 per magazine or $3.49 per magazine. Let me tell you why the Platinum is the much better deal. Because you know what that 50 cents adds to your cost? Your minimums for the time that you're with us is not 1,000. You don't have to do 1,000 magazines every 2 months. You only have to do 50 magazines. So that's your deal. You're going to get the 1,000-piece rate for as long as you're with us. It includes postage, shipping, and handling. And if you lock it in today and postage goes up tomorrow, you're still never going to pay more than $3.49 per magazine for as long as you're with us. And you only have to ship out 50 magazines per month. Now, maybe you don't have 50 customers or friends or relatives to send this to. I tell agents, send a bunch to yourself every 2 months, because you never know. To have a nice gift that has all your information in there, give it out at door knocking. Imagine starting a relationship by giving a nice gift. I know Jazz Marie showed you some great handouts, but this is a gift. And when you give out a gift, you make a much bigger impression when you meet somebody new. Okay, think about that. So you only have to do 50. You can write your name in. We're going to give you a back office on our website. It's going to be passworded by you. You upload your pictures there. You upload your mailing list there, and you upload any changes of the letters there. It's very simple. Once you set it up, you don't have to change anything. You want everything to go out the same every time. You don't want to change your mailing list. It's up to you. You can go into your back office 24/7. Nobody else can go in there because it's passworded by you, okay? But if you don't have 50 people to send it out, I always tell agents, send 20 or 30 to yourself every other month. You never know when you're going to be maybe at an open house. You hit it off with somebody, give them more than a flyer or a card. Give them a gift and tell them, I'm going to put you on my mail list and I'm going to send you this gift every 2 months from me. Think about how starting new relationships work better when you're giving them a nice gift. Now, how much is it going to cost you a year per client? Let's talk about that. I told you it's $3.50 to do the magazine, right? It goes out 6 times a year. Someone just sold a house, you just made whatever, $10,000 commission. It's going to cost you $21 a year to keep them on your list and send them 6 nice gifts every year. $350 times 6 is $21 a year. Lunch. Not much money for somebody who just not only did business with you, but has the potential of sending you more business. It's not a lot of money. Okay? We're not done yet because I have 2 freebies to throw at you. Okay? So you understand the costs. There's one more thing in there, another cost. You see the word activation fee down there?
Yeah.
$299.99. That's a good bit of money to start off. But that's what you need to pay in order to get into the program. But I'm going to lower that now, because if you sign up while I'm here today, and that's for the 15, 20 minutes after your meeting that I'm going to be here, that cost goes down to $99.99. You're going to save $200 by signing up today. If you call me tomorrow, you're not in my group. I can't give you the $99, but it's a group rate thing. But here's something even better. You want something better than that? Would you like something better than that? This gentleman right here, your leader, mentor, boss, he's agreed to cover your $99.99 on your next closing if you sign up for this today. That's why he's willing to back you up here. So that $99.99 you'll get back at your next closing. We have a little chair for Mel for doing that. That's really real. I mean, I talk to owners all the time. And when you have somebody that is generous to do that, who believes that this is something that's going to bring you more business because it's an amazing marketing tool, that's a great type of boss to have. I wish I had one like that. Okay, so you're gonna, yeah.
Are available?
I don't know if you noticed, William, but I put the application on that particular page. Because when I came in here, I said, oh, there's a lot of guys in this room. I'm gonna let them see the article on that beautiful car. There's great articles in here. Now, there are other things that you can do. I do have one more freebie. And I've never offered this in the 6 years that I've been, and it's not me, I'm not offering, my company's offering. Because this is such slow, what we call slow weeks, holiday weeks, and because you guys came in here, if you sign up today, the company is going to give you 15 extra magazines as a gift from them. These are going to be bulk magazines, so these will come directly to you. These are not going to go out to your customers, but they will send you a gift of 15 magazines extra over the minimum of 50 that you have to order if you decide to sign up today. And that's what they're calling their Labor Day week for the agents that actually showed up at meetings. They're willing to do a little bit more. I can't offer this tomorrow. I can only offer it while I'm here in your office. But it was a nice thing, and I've never heard them do this before. This is the first time in 6 years I've been able to offer this. Anybody have any questions about this?
I do.
Yeah. Anna, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So if we order 1,000, it's $349.
No. You're not ordering. 1,000 is not your minimum. 50 is your minimum. If you sign up, you get the 1,000-piece rate, but you only have to do a minimum of 50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no limit. I mean, I
You can do
order
50, you can do
100 a month or.
Oh, you can do as many as you want.
Oh.
I have an agent, one of his customers puts on a golf clinic, a golf tournament every year, and on that particular month, he orders 300 extra, and he gives one out to every single person. They put it in the gift bag. He puts his he puts his magazines in there. Absolutely. There's so many different things that you can do. Now, let me remind you, and Mel kind of said it, you don't have to do any, once you set this up, it goes out automatically. Every 2 months, we pay for the shipping. You're going to get one in the mail if you put your name down and send some to yourself so you know exactly when your clients are getting it, your customer. But don't do nothing about it. Call them up. This is follow-up here. Hey, did you see that great article in the magazine I sent you this month? It's another reason for you to call them without talking business.
Right.
You're talking person to person. This is a personal relationship that you're trying to develop, okay? So don't just do nothing. I tell agents all the time, call people that you send it. Bring it on your door knocking. You never know when you hit it off with somebody, start off the relationship. Hey, here's a gift, and I'm going to send you this gift every 2 months. They're going to remember you rather than, and again, nothing against flyers or cards, but they're going to remember you a lot more because you started off by giving them a gift, okay? This is an amazing tool that is going to help you start relationships, strengthen relationships, and again, if you leave them around town or you sell an ad, I mean, it could be no cost to you. In fact, now, something we never did this year, if you set something up with an advertiser, we'll collect the fee directly from them. We'll get a credit card, and every 2 months this goes out. So there's no billing to you because you're not paying it. That makes it even easier. Now, let me quickly show you what our next 2 issues, because these are actually the 2 most important issues of the year. First one is breast cancer awareness. And our deadline, I just called the office, is September 23rd. So if you sign up today, you get all your pictures in, well, your 1 picture in, any change of the letters. And by the way, you can write 1 letter and drop it into all your magazines. You don't have to write it 50 or 100 times. Okay, and we'll show you how to do that. But the next one is breast cancer awareness. And by the way, if you don't want to be in a breast cancer awareness, we have a regular issue going out, just a regular issue going out too. Okay? But if you want to be in the breast cancer awareness, September 23rd is our deadline for that. The one right after that, the one that starts September 30th and goes to November 18th, is our holiday issue. Okay? Even the postcards, they don't have recipes. They have a snowman wreath type of thing here, and in the back here, white chocolate. Oh, they do have the recipe, but it's all to do with that, white chocolate. Then we have things that you can add. If you don't have room and you don't want to put your listings, we have things that you can add to your back pages and inside back pages. In fact, on this one, this is really cool for breast cancer awareness. What can you do? You have a whole thing there that you can put on your back cover. And then here we have pink, because pink, it's called the pink issue, pink candy apples. and how to make them. So we have plenty of stuff. In fact, the cards themselves, if you want recipe cards, you can put recipe cards. We have health cards, pet cards, we have dozens of cards. We have plenty of things to help you add in and personalize and customize the way you want with your picture, your logo, your contact information. Okay, now I'm at the end, unless anybody has any questions. If you want to sign up, fill out where I put the asterisks. I will email it right from your office, and I give you back the page. My name and number is on there, so you'll always have me in terms of marketing ideas. I've mentored a lot of real estate agents over the years, and I have a lot of ideas. So if you want to use me, use me.
What are the logistics for getting you the logo, the photos,
Right.
and whatever the article?
That's right, we don't have we have everybody else's logo except yours. So you just have to, give it to us in a PDF form, and you're gonna email it to us. What they're gonna do, so they don't have to worry about it as long as the office sends in the logo. As far as your pictures go, again, you're just gonna put it in your back office and say, this is my front cover, or this is my, if you don't wanna put it on the front cover, you know, the magazine is gonna look more like this with your name on it, okay? Personally, and I usually don't announce this at meetings, I wouldn't put your picture on the front cover that much. You might want to do it once or twice because your name's up there. And again, as soon as they open this, you're on both sides of the page anyway. So it looks more like a real magazine the way it should, okay? But that's up to you. If you're a new agent, I would say, yeah, do it 3 or 4 times and then take your picture off, okay? So it's just, we're going to give you a back office. You're going to put your mail. Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. Every time you put an address into your back office, we run it through a U.S. Post Office program locking that address to you. We will only ship the magazine to one address, one magazine to one address. So, Rodney, right? You put up your list, and unfortunately, William wants to put one of those people too. Whoever gets it in first and gets it locked in, they're the ones who get that address. But that keeps it exclusive to the fact that nobody else is going to send it to that address except the people on your list. Does that make sense? Okay. So exclusivity is one of the things we give you, okay? You can always drop things off at different businesses if you want to, but in terms of addresses, we're only going to send one magazine to one address. Okay?
Now, how does that 1,000 magazine thing work? If you're sending out 300, let's say every 2 months to 3 different contacts of yours, by the second month you're up to 600, right?
No. I think what he's saying, you're getting the rate of $1,000 rate, so it's a lower rate. It's a lower rate.
Yeah.
But you can send 50 or more. You can
Yeah, 50 or more is what you need. Yeah, we're giving you the 1,000-piece rate, but so cross out the 1,000 and put a 50 there.
Okay.
So for you, yeah, if you sign up today, you're going to get 50 is going to be your
It doesn't have
minimum.
any bearing on how many I send out.
It has same rate, 50, whether you do 50 or 400, it's going to be $3.49. That's correct. That's correct. But again, if you're selling an ad and you charge your advertiser $3.49 and give them the whole inside back cover, it's costing you nothing.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's really not bad. Yeah.
I was going to say that, so.
John, right?
Robert.
I'm trying to, Robert.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that's okay.
You look like John.
Sorry.
You guys are never worried about it. Women don't call him his name.
I try to remember names. Yes, Robert.
So many companies, we all have like, what I'm thinking about is what you're talking, and understanding that what I want to do is, there's all these businesses and people that we all abuse. And usually, being people that have been around for a little while, gray hairs is witness to that. We have places that we visit, like I said, in barbers. I got a couple of people that I use that they refer business to me and stuff like that. I got banks that I go to. I got different places that I go to. That I think in itself right there, just to be able to put your face and your name out there to places that have a lot of foot traffic.
Absolutely, and you're right. That's one of the things I talk about. Setting this to industries that are parallel to your industry. Bankers, mortgage brokers, insurance agents, there's a ton of them. Start relationships by sending them a nice gift every 2 months. Hey, did you get that beautiful magazine I sent you? All of a sudden you have a relationship with a mortgage broker, or call your mortgage broker that you send business to and say, hey, I want to put you on the inside front cover of my magazine. I'm only going to charge you $1 a magazine, but I'll give you a whole page. You can do whatever you want. It's basically your magazine. I have agents that tell me people call them up. Imagine having your customers call you to thank you for something you're sending them to, and they call them up. I mean, here's something you don't have to go call everybody. People are going to call you because they're getting a nice gift from you every 2 months. But definitely starting relationships, bankers, mortgage brokers, insurance agents, people that know other people that may have something to do with real estate is a great way to get more possible referral business for you. Yeah. Sorry.
We got to close down,
Yeah.
but let me just say, I'm going to sign up myself.
Me too.
I'm going to pay for it myself, and the offer's already been made for you guys on your first transaction. You close, I'll reimburse you $100 back if you sign up today. Okay, so I think it's a good tool. I know that I get so busy, I don't have time, and I don't set aside the time to follow up on clients the way I want to, and this is a good way. I'm not going to put my photo on the front because then it takes away from that being like a real magazine. But I will certainly have places in there. And I think this is a good time to test your relationship with your affiliates. You have affiliates that you do business with. You never ask them for anything. They come by and ask you for an order all day long. So why not ask them for this issue? Why don't you pay for an ad in the magazine? They get to promote. It's not like they're doing something illegal, because as long as they are getting something out of it, I think it's legal for them to be able to pay for that. So here's a chance for your affiliates to say, hey, look, why don't you collaborate with me? I'm going to buy the magazine. I'd like you to take an ad. It's going to cost you $300 or $200, whatever your fee is going to be for that affiliate. And you can do more than one. It's up to you. You're actually making money on the deal.
Oh, you can't, I'm sorry, just saying, it's an ethics problem if you collect more than $3.49.
Okay,
I've been told that.
I didn't realize that. Okay.
Just say that.
I reject that statement. Okay. But, so whatever, but you can actually charge, if you have more than one, you can charge them less, right?
Correct, yeah, you can cut this into 4, I know people that have cut this into 4, and they sell it for 50 cents each or 75 cents each. That basically, 75 cents each almost covers the whole thing.
Yeah, because we have people that we use. I know I got 2 lenders that I pretty much use exclusively. They're the ones that use all my business. To have both of them, be able to, get involved with this and,
Right. And you're teaming with them, so that's another good reason to having them on your side.
And when we promote ourselves, we also promote ourselves as, like Mel said, we have a team. These are the people that all work together. And imagine giving them here part of our team. It's the lender we use. They look at them. We even have them here in our magazine.
Right. The last thing I'll say is this: I don't know about you guys, but what I do over the years is I reinvest in my business. I realize I'm running a business, so I set aside a percentage of every commission that I get to invest in my marketing campaign for me. It could be for my contact management relationship system. It could be for internet marketing. It could be for regular print ad or flyers. But I put a percentage, and usually it's about 5% of my commission I'm going to put back into my business. I think you guys need to start thinking that way too. Like all businesses do, they invest a percentage of their revenue back into their marketing and branding. If you do that when you close a transaction, it's not so painful. Right? Most of us, when we close a transaction, the money's gone already. But if you just set aside a portion of that just for your marketing and branding, and things like this come up that you really care about and you think it's going to help you, it's not going to be painful. You just, send your credit card, write the check, and you're investing in yourself. And I think you'll get return back. But it's up to you to decide which of the investments you want to make in your branding. This one here, I'm going to invest in, and what I'm doing, I recommend that you guys do the same thing.
One statistic about the top 10% of realtors in this country, they market every single month, whether they're busy or they're slow. I know when you guys get busy, the marketing, you start to go away from it. You have to market yourself every single month.
So the first charge will be $349 plus.
No. Your first charge today is $99.99. That's what you're going to get charged today. Your mailing is not going to be charged for until it goes out, and that could be 3 or 4 or 5 weeks from now, depending on how long it takes you to go in. And then if you're doing...
You say September the 3rd.
I said, if you get everything to us by September 23rd, and you want to be in the pink issue, you will have that opportunity, okay? Or you could say, you know what, I don't want to be in the pink issue, I just want to be in the regular issue. Okay, this is an option for you by September 23rd. And then the one after that is the holiday issue.
So essentially, if you order 100 of them, you're going to pay your $99 today, which you'll get reimbursed back on your first closing, right?
And then that's your $349.
So let's say you order 100, so that's $349, right?
Every other month. Yeah.
Right, okay. So minimum is 50, and they don't have 50,
Send a bunch.
then
If
they.
you only have
the
12
rest you send
people,
to the-
send 38 to yourself. You have to do
Oh,
50.
okay.
Yeah, just send
Yeah,
38
okay,
to yourself.
got it.
That'll force you to give out 38 for the next 2 months.
I see.
Until your next batch comes out, right? Oh, I forgot to tell you one more thing. If you stay in the program longer than the first issue, you are contractually need to do 9 more mailings. Since it goes out every 2 months, you're talking about a 1.5 year commitment. But that decision doesn't have to be made because you have 30 days after the first mailing to decide whether you want to stay in or go out. Okay? If you want to go out, you pay for the first mailing, you're done. Yes, sir.
What if we go over 1,000?
Ah, there's a question I don't get asked very often. Then call me and I will work out something better for you.
I just
Okay?
have a farm area
I
of
vote-
1,200.
And by the way, in 6 years, you're the 3rd person that has ever asked me that question. Yeah, over 1,000, we'll work something out better for you. Okay?
Thank you.
Okay, so, fill out, we're done, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we're done.
Just give me your, applications, and I'm gonna smartphone email them, and then I